you can give yourself a larger advantage and are able to land combos that you aren't actually able to land, or get you better setups afterwards, make moves safe that are normally not safe.
Yeah, it's also important because forcing the opponent to wake up into one of your moves, which is really what immediate is, is just really useful. You know, it limits their movement options as they get up, which is what this game is all about, limiting your opponent's options and maximizing your own. So up next is PR Balrog on the right-hand side of the screen. That is, by the way, the one-player side is on the right-hand side of the screen. That's just how it works in reality. You know, when you're looking at the players playing rather than from behind them, you got to kind of switch it around in your brain. So PR Rog is a well-known player. He has probably one of the better chances of any American players to make it into the top 8 in this game. Super strong guy, not just in this game, but in a couple others too. And his opponent is from Hawaii, an Oni player, Meruken?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And PR Rog, of course,
Meruken.
One of the most well-known players right now. He's a great player in so many games. We expect great things out of him this weekend for this game, for Marvel, and Cross Tekken as well. Super happy guy. I mean, right now you could tell he's got his game face on, and you know
got his game glasses on even.
Yeah, and you know he is named PR Rog because he broke out in 2009. He came out of nowhere, got top 8 in Street Fighter 4. No one had ever heard of him at that time. He was considered an upset, obviously not anymore. But recently he switched over to Fei Long.
Yeah, he did that with Balrog, and he was some Puerto Rican guy. And nobody knew who he was, so we just called him the Puerto Rican Balrog player.
And just stuck.
And that's how it worked out. So now he lives in Northern California and plays Fei Long, but he still goes by PR Rog. EG's PR Rog. And we'll see how well he knows the Oni matchup, which is very rarely played. Oni is not a bad character in this game, but
just not
you don't see him very often.
Yeah.
Oh.
And look at this rush down. And this is what Fei Long does to people. He gets you in the corner, locks you down there, and just doesn't let you escape. It's a very oppressive kind of style. He just keeps pestering you, and it's so hard. If the Fei Long player has a good read on your momentum and on your tendencies, it's very hard to escape the corner against him.
I can see this being pretty tough for Oni too, because Oni's mid-range space control normals are not the best. They're okay, he has some, but they definitely can't keep up with Fei. And once he is in the corner, you know, that lack of FADC on his Dragon Punch, if he hits or if it's blocked, if it's blocked, he just has to do the Dragon Punch. There's no way to make it safe, so he has to make these big guesses. His game is more about pressuring, but he hasn't been able to get that.
Oh, here we go. Got Crumple, got Ultra. Very big damage there. Okay, EX Rekka is a lot more, is safer. Oh, and he's just going to chip him out.
Chip him out.
And you know what? You know, that second round, I mean, that earlier in this round when he did that wake-up uppercut FADC, it was such a key thing because the first round, he was so oppressive and he beat Meru pretty convincingly, right? So as soon as Meruken knocked him down the first time, Meruken, he was thinking to himself, this is my chance to get in there. PR Rog read that, and that's why he did the wake-up uppercut FADC. Great read from Eduardo.
You can see those buttons from Fei, the Rekkas, that one right there. So good at controlling that horizontal space in front of him. And slowly just forcing Meruken backwards. If you're going to play against that stuff, it's much easier to have more range to do it with, but that means you move backwards, and it means Fei gets the corner. Oh, it's not easy to deal with.
Ultra from Meruken. Didn't get the juggle after his uppercut FADC. And that's actually dangerous, because a lot of characters can do their uppercut type moves on wake up into FADC, but you know what? Oni can't do it if it gets blocked. So you are really committing to it as an Oni player.
Yeah, it recovers quickly, but you know, still kind of annoying.
And again,
link it? No.
You see how quickly Fei Long can get his opponent into the corner. Should have been able to combo off of that counter hit low strong. Did not get it though. Teaching Meruken not to hit buttons, and what side was that on? Nobody knows, and PR Rog's getting the damage.
He's had counter hits there, Meruken, with that towards medium kick, which means you can link out of it into pretty significant damage, but he didn't get that.
And a jump back fierce from Fei Long. That is the mark of a Balrog player right there. Yeah.
Did they already play the first game? Wow, that was really fast.
Yeah, that was the mark of a Balrog player. Balrog has a great jump back fierce. And that's what he pulled with Balrog in the end. You don't see that happen very often, but you know what? That's one of the advantages of playing multiple characters. You learn tactics with one character, and you can apply them, learn habits and good reactions and good strategy that you can apply to other characters.
From PR Rog's perspective, Balrog is just a better Balrog.
Yeah,
he has better mid-range normals, and he has a Dragon Punch too. So,
exactly.
You know.
And of course, guys, hey, we have special deals going on all weekend long. Here you can see the Soul Calibur 5 stick. It's $80 this weekend. You can get this TE stick for $80 this weekend. Just use the coupon code EVO20 at checkout at madcatstore.com/EVO. It's a good joystick. These all the TE sticks are great quality. I've been using the same TE stick for 4 years, since the first TE stick came out.
Yeah, me too.
The first TE stick I've ever bought, I'm still using it right now.
Yep.
So good quality stuff.
This is a good matchup, actually. So, winners finals of their pool A7, if you're interested. On the left, aka 2-player, is AndyOCR, who's going to use M. Bison. He is a very strong Southern California player and has been so for a few years. On the right, aka 1-player, is Macro Gaming's MMG Julio, using Yun. Very strong Yun player. So a couple of the better players with their characters in the country up right now in winners finals of their pool, trying to qualify into quarters, which will be run later tonight.
All right, so Julio.
We'll see how much experience they both have against each other. I like the fact that Bison can knock Yun out of the air at certain ranges, so that's why you see Andy keeping this space. He's just kind of waiting for Julio to do something, and he's going to knock him down if he does. But for Julio, once he gets... Ooh, that's unsafe.
Yeah, Julio
once Julio gets a knockdown, he can play really good games on Bison's wake-up. Usually people can't do that against Bison, but Yun's one of the characters who can.
Right. And it's really good to see Julio stick with Yun because obviously in the previous version, before version 2012, Yun was very powerful in this game. A lot of people ran to him, and when he got nerfed for version 2012, a lot of people just stopped using him. But Yun is still a very strong character, and I'm glad to see a player like Julio stick with him.
Yeah, we saw Jace earlier with Yun. He's a strong player, a strong character. I definitely agree.
But AndyOCR, he's very patient with Bison.
I like that option right there to beat the focus. That's smart.
And he's doing a good job right now. Like you said, look at this distance he's maintaining. For the people who are, uninitiated in fighting games, it's very much about the distance you keep from your opponent. Examine the distance that AndyOCR is keeping from Julio and how consistent he's managed to keep it for almost the entire fight.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Pretty tough right now for AndyOCR. Okay, Julio just goes for the grab. Safe spot for that. Oh, he whiffed it! After all that round of good spacing by AndyOCR, he whiffed his short scissor kick, and that was the free round for Julio.
Yep. All right, and you saw right there, we talked about AndyOCR maintaining that distance. It's up to Julio to ruin that distance, and the first time he did, he got all that momentum and was able to defeat AndyOCR that round.
But after that, it was just Andy's mistake to do a light kick scissors there. That was just, he didn't need to do that. So right now, pretty tough for Andy. Again, corner, punish.
Nice, yep, lots of delay at the end of that. Okay, so here's some opportunity for Andy. Let's see what he goes for. He goes for an empty jump, but unfortunately does not get the combo.
Yeah, he could have turned it into something, but didn't. You see how patient AndyOCR is? Doesn't want to take any risks that there will be up kicks as Julio lands from jumps.
Yeah, I mean, he got the back throw there, which is a little unfortunate because then he lost the corner position. Positioning on screen, so very important. Especially for Bison, keeping them locked in the corner is so crucial for his gameplay. That's where he can get a lot of his damage from.
But now that AndyOCR doesn't have the life lead, he's got to make a comeback, and Julio's not giving it to him, as you can see. Yun has mobility of his own, and he's using it to space out Andy.
Yeah, and Andy, the way that he was playing was by keeping that far distance.
That was so smart right there to get the walk-up grab. He expected that Andy would just sit still. He was right.
Oh my gosh, huge opportunity for Andy. What you got? Okay.
Oh, nice.
Oh, but that's
it.
Miss. Oh, and he chipped.
That could have been a little bit cleaner on both sides there, but it ends up working out for Andy. He's going to take it.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even punish the focus properly. That was actually a chip death. Julio could have just mashed out up kicks, and he would have won. He would have won that round,
To be fair, though, each of the last rounds have been won by the other guy for capitalizing on a mistake by the one who lost. So, you know what? Julio won the first round that way, loses it the second round that way. Oh, well. We'll see if he can keep it up.
It all balances out in the end.
So Andy's caught in the corner. He's got to try to fight his way out of this thing. Julio backed off. It's kind of surprising.
Yep.
It's EX, but yeah, punished just like that. And that's got to be punished. No, maybe that was safe. There are ranges where it's safe, but it's a little tough to see sometimes.
Okay, here we go. Julio's got some momentum going here, and then he drops the combo and has to waste meter to save himself.
I really like this. Oh, that was so smart right there. Big risk to take, but it pays off, and now he's got the stun and probably the game. Let's see what he gets. Got him.
Nice stuff. Good combo.
So Pavel's wondering what option select means. All it means is that you input 2 moves, just one after the other. And think about the game as a computer, which is what it is. If you have one set of instructions that's not available at the time, it moves on to the second one. So if you do one button, then immediately after the second one, and for whatever reason the first one can't come out, you get the second one. That's all we mean by option select. So on immediate, you'll do a button and then another one, and if somebody backdashes, you get the second one.
Yep. It's one sequence of controller sequence that will handle multiple situations.
Yeah. Oh, that's punishable. He knows it. Julio gets it, maintains corner for himself, and it's just really pressuring well. He's gotten good reads.
Oh, wow. Good stuff.
You see, he's getting a little bunsy right now, though. I don't know if I like that. I liked it at the start for just a bit, but that was a lot of unnecessary commitment.
Oh, nice neutral jump from Julio. Baiting out. He read exactly when AndyOCR was going to go for that short scissor or EX scissor, and he just neutral jumped and punished it. And now Julio at match point.
Yeah, and he's got to try to make something happen here. You can see Julio's not just going to give it to him. Trying to make his way in. Andy putting up a little bit of defense here for himself. Each one of those hits a chip is important. It means that he has the life lead and so can play defensively, which is what he wants to do. Nice reaction. Gets the corner for himself now.
Okay, that's a trade. Yeah, that's a trade AndyOCR will take any day.
Oh, that was kind of weird right there. Andy escapes, still has the life lead, so it's still on Julio to come in against Andy.
Yeah, he's using those moves not even to hit. He's just using it to get out of that situation.
See Andy just doing these crouches, trying to feign any action to try to convince Julio to do something stupid. Not working so far, though. Julio is playing patiently on his way in. Punish.
Yep.
Oh, that's an option select right there. He had the input for the lunge punch afterward. Chips him out. Andy not dead yet.
All right. So Julio with a second match point now. Let's see if he can complete the task and send AndyOCR to loser's bracket. This is the winner's final of this pool. Whoever wins this goes into quarterfinals, qualifies in the quarterfinals and winner's bracket. Remember, this is a double elimination tournament. Everyone has to lose twice to be eliminated out of the tournament. Neither of these people want to get their first elimination.
And very light pressure by AndyOCR whenever he gets a knockdown, and so Julio's been able to wake up with buttons a lot, kind of unchallenged.
I mean, it's dangerous because the nice thing about Yun is that his up kicks hit a lot high, like right above his head, a lot better than most wake-up attacks.
It's true, but you can still pressure him. After all, he can't FADC out of those things, so you have to take advantage while you get it. He can't make himself safe. Ooh, jump roundhouse. And the cross-up! Can he link it afterward? He does!
Yes! And this should be it. Julio should be able to take this. Oh, not quite yet.
Gonna need one more. Overhead seals the deal.
Julio has advanced to quarterfinals and winners bracket. AndyOCR is going to go into losers bracket and await the last player in the losers bracket for the right to get into quarterfinals in losers bracket.
Yeah, only 2 players of each 16-player bracket make it into the next round. One player, as Julio just did, makes it in winner's side, which means he can still lose a game and play on. But if you lose a game in pools, that counts for the whole tournament. So for the whole rest of the tournament, you have to play more people. You have to play without losing another game to win the whole thing. It's a much harder road.
Now, someone asked me on Twitter, what is a command grab? We talked about that. So with every character